I'm going to evaluate a program called AX3000 for electrical engineers. This is a program that I found when I was researching BricsCAD BIM. It's a plugin for BricsCAD. It also actually supports AutoCAD and AutoCAD. So I felt like it was more appropriate to pull it out and do an evaluation of AX3000 separate rather than talking about it in relation to BricsCAD. This company's been around since 1978, so they've been doing this for quite a while. They're based in Austria, and they appear to have some traction in Europe. I'm American, so I haven't really heard a whole lot about them, and a lot of what they're talking about doesn't necessarily match what I'm seeing in the American market, but we'll go ahead and do an evaluation and see how they match up on the Electrical Engineering BIM Scorecard. I struggled to find good information about what this software actually does. I had to search across multiple websites and multiple sources. Their main website didn't have the information that I really wanted to find on it. I think this might be related to the fact that they're European, and I might be looking at the English version of all their stuff, and they might have German or other versions that have better information. So this review is going to be a little bit all over the place as I try and pick and choose the information to get a good score for them. The first three questions talk about whether engineering and electrical even exist in the package. It's does engineering exist, does MEP exist, and does electrical exist? They have their own separate electrical package, so we can say yes to the first three questions on the scorecard. Question 4 is, can you insert electrical devices? And honestly, it's a little bit unclear. It doesn't directly address this, but since they have an electrical system, I'm going to assume that yes, they can do this. On the BricsCAD MEP page, where they're talking about what they can do electrically, they list that they have smart automatic functions, extensive automatic calculations, and tried and true drawing features. That's a little bit of an awkward phrasing. I'm not totally sure what they mean by that. They're not really getting into the actual electrical features you'd like to see, but that's what they're talking about on that page. Question 5 is, can you do panel schedules? I couldn't find anything about panel schedules anywhere in their software. I searched extensively for it, couldn't find it on their main page, couldn't find any videos on YouTube, so it doesn't look like they do panel schedules. It's possible that they have another name that I wasn't able to pick out on their marketing material, but I didn't see any pictures or anything else that indicated they do panel schedules. Then question number 6 is, can you do voltage drop calculations? Again, on their main page, they don't talk about this, but if I went to a sub-page on BricsCAD where it's talking about the add-in specifically to BricsCAD, they have a section on electrical, and there they do list voltage drop. So yes, they can do a voltage drop calculation. It's a little unclear as to how that's actually going to work, but they at least mention it as a feature. The next question is, can you do panel load calculations? Since I don't see anything for panel schedules, I'm going to assume probably not. I'm just going to skip this and go to the next question, which is, can you do fault calculations? On that same page that mentions voltage drop, they also talk about short circuit calculations. So they actually can do a fault analysis. So they have both of those calculations in their software. Question 9 is, can you do a single line diagram? This one, again, is a little bit unclear on their main page back on their main website. They talk about what they call multipole phase schemes. That's not what we would call them. The picture kind of looks like what we would do as a one-line diagram. I think there might be a European versus American thing happening here. It's a little bit unclear. We'll be generous and we'll give them half a point here. So this is probably the messiest scorecard I've seen. They have some higher level features. They're missing some lower level one. It's really unclear as to what they're doing. So if we kind of add it all up, we can give them a 6.5, I guess. That's what we're going to score them. You're an electrical engineer. You can decide for yourself if this is something that you want to take a look at for improving your workflow or not. If you're in Europe, probably something worth checking out. It looks like they have some traction and they're kind of addressing your standards there. If you're in America, they're not really talking about American standards. You're not going to get a whole lot of support or resources. I wouldn't strongly recommend it, but it's something you could check out if you wanted to take a look at it.